show you the machine taper way, but I don't have it, so we're just going to do it manually. What I like to do is I like to have my bucket usually on something higher, especially when you're trying to, I don't want to constantly bend because my sciatic nerve's pretty interesting today. But we're still using that yellow mud. You can tell that this is the bucket that had the yellow mud in it before. Put a lid on it to keep it nice and fresh. So maybe I want to give you guys a good view. Give you a view from here. Maybe this will. That's kind of decent. So we're basically going to do the exact same thing as how you coat screws. Remember, I told you ping pong paddle, up, down. So we're going to up, down, just like my screws. But we're going to put like a 2-inch coat of mud on the wall. I'm going to start from the bottom up. Same thing. You're letting your trowel fall into the wall, going up. We'll just load it on there. This way you get to see how I do both sides at the same time, because there's no other way to do it. Now there's an applicator you can buy that squeezes the mud out in a perfect line, so you don't use as much as I'm using right now. But this way, you know, it's still getting done. I don't want to spend $100 on an applicator right now, and mine is tight, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who feel the same way. So that's a lot of mud on there. You'll get the feel as to how much you should put, because the more you put, the more you're going to end up taking off. But I like to fill in the corners. I like to fill in the corners on the end. Make sure your factory edge goes to the ceiling. You don't want to wrestle with fixing shit. Now, I like to just pinch it in a little, there, and down in the middle of the bead. Kind of gives you a little more room to play, because you have to kind of level these things out. And then you just put it on, so you're pushing on that 90 straight ahead, and with your fingers, give you a close-up. With your fingers, you just pinch, push up, pushing the mud into the corner. And you'll feel when the corner is good, because when it's in there, it's nice and solid. It sits nice. So I'm going to go all the way from the bottom up, pushing it into the corner. And there you have it. So now we're going to lightly wipe off the excess. I'll show you what I mean. Just lightly. There's a reason for this. Lightly. See, there's a lot of excess. Obviously put too much in one spot. Just lightly. Alright, there's a reason why I did that. Let's see if we can set this up here. Now, the reason being is because you're going to take your knife, you're going to put it against the wall. And if you don't see light passing through, like over here, you can adjust the corner bead. You see that needs to kind of move over a little bit there, a little bit there. And then you just want to basically check, like look, see how you can see light coming through here? Look how flat it is on this side. I'm going to shift the corner bead a little bit. And see how now it's got a little bit of light through it. And there it's got light through it. So that's how you check the corner bead. To make sure it's on properly. You basically check. You start off and you look down it. And then you embed the bead to the wall. And then you check it going up. Make sure there's light passing through. Because the light passing through is basically where the mud's going to end up filling in. And that's the whole point of why there's a rib on the edge of this corner bead. And then wipe it nice and clean. And look. See the light passing through? See the light? A little bit too much, so press. That's basically what we do. So even at this stage, if it's too much, you want to even it out, right? You can still move it. Perfect. Now that's going to dry. And then we're going to come back and hit it with contact. I'm going to do the bottom half now. And that's that. Everything's working out nice. So now I got to pick up the pace. Because I want to get this, I need to get this thing done by Friday. So, we're going to start from this room and work our way back. We'll work our way back here. Set that up there. Hold on. We're going to do the same thing with this. Put the mud on. I didn't fill all this with confill because there's really no need. The whole point of no coat is it's like a reinforced paper. And I can always fill it with mud if I really wanted to. It's going to have a good enough bond just from the paper and the plastic that's inside it. Right? You want to make sure you put mud on everything. You can literally fill that with mud if you want to. Right? stick it in too. Where it needs to go. Need some mud on that. Let's see then. See, the beauty of no coat is why they call it no coat is because of the fact that you don't have to put a lot of mud on it to finish it. So the other thing I'll do, you take another straight edge like these metal corners and see if you're off at all. And you can always adjust it ever so slightly. Just push. The more you push, if you like pinch it, it'll kind of create a better gap and a straighter corner. So you're a little off. Push it out just slightly. And then it's literally right here. So you want to grab it, kind of pinch it, because the stud could be crooked. Look at how much that's practically straightened out. Need a little more down here. Now we have pretty straight corner. There we have it. Look at that. And yeah, you shouldn't let your corners fall, but look. So I went from top to bottom. And see how that sits nicely when it's top to bottom. These edges meet up. Now you have a good corner. So now you can finish embedding it. Just to like straighten out that tape. You just moved it. And it'll dry. And then we're going to do this corner over here. You know what? I'll get it from this angle. This is a good angle. You guys can see that. Yeah. See how we're using up the mud now. Now, I like to use the hard corner because of the fact that the paper tape rips. I have to load up on some more mud because I was running out. So now we're fully coated there. And install your piece, same thing. Just fit it in where it needs to go. These ones are even easier to do because the drywall is basically doing everything for you. Quick. So this one's like almost a cakewalk because it's already set. Just put the edge of your knife in the corner. And then press it into the wall. Grab my, I'm going to move this back so you guys can get a better view of the height. Those pills are finally starting to take effect. Yeah, that's the corner. Now we got our little guy here. It needs to get done. See, that's why I wash my hands because I hate the feeling of my knife being all sloppy. And then you just rock it into place because it's already got an edge that you can stick it into. And now I can start putting this one on. You see why you want to set everything up ahead of time? Because when you do that, like I can even use this bag with my mud buckets. Let's just set it up. You can walk walk the plank. So here we go. Who the hell did that? I know that all I have to do is mud up to the line that I have. I have to mud up to the line that I have because that's where that first piece is going to end anyways. And obviously when you're setting up your scaffolding and your bench, you want to do it where you're not so close. You're far enough away to work comfortably. You know, I'm saying that because I'm in an awkward spot right now. Again, I pinch slightly, pinch it roughly in the middle, in the end. This gives you room to adjust the bead. And I always set the precise end, so it makes life easier. Oh my God. I definitely have to go get checked out there. Set this up here. And you can see the corner bead getting installed. Now I'm not pressing very hard. I'm just wiping off excess because I have to. Obviously, I have to adjust the bead. So I like to, especially when I'm doing a connection, right? I like to do the whole thing at the same time because if there's any problems, you can adjust it before you set your bead in place in a way where if you need to move it, you can move it after you've set the whole thing in place in one unit kind of thing. Or you can get it on the beard. Got a little mud on me. I'm ready to set up my bucket a little farther out. Had some drip. Sometimes you can't avoid it. It's the attack of the mud. Let me grab some more. Load it on. Load it on. The reason why you do this beforehand is because if you need the bead to kick out, you can. So you just basically set it up so all the edges line up. grab a new one, but could you like a straight edge? So once I set it in place, all right. Oh, that needs to go higher. You want this. I don't know if you can see that, but you want these two to line up. Obviously do your check. Make sure perfect. And so we need to do a little adjustment down here. A bit of an adjustment. Come in, down, in and down. Now, double check it with the straight edge. That's pretty good. You don't need this anymore. Well, just a touch so that the two meet nicely. All right, that's this room done. Now, one of the keys you guys want to keep in mind, don't get mud in your beard. The other thing is I want you guys to see how everything looks after it's done. You don't see any excess mud there anywhere. It's all cleaned up. Right, a little bit down there, I'll clean that off. It's all cleaned up, look. Nice and clean. Nice and clean everywhere. That way, once it's dry, you can start coating it. You don't get any crust in your mud. And things will go good. Nice and smooth for you. So, where are we at now? There's one little spot here that I don't like. Looks like it bows out. Perfect. And there you have it. The corner is mudded like a laser. Look at that. Don't even have a laser, just using my laser high. I'm going to end this live. You guys now have seen how to install corner bead. We've talked about confill. We've talked about not getting mud in your beard. We've talked about mixing mud. We've talked about inside, outside corners. We've talked about no coat. And we've talked about pretty much a ton of stuff. Now, remember I was saying you want to see light coming through on both sides. See that? Because that light gap is where the mud is going to be filling to make it that, to give it that nice finished look. You guys have a great day. We'll chat when I start coating. Yes, yes.